Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so just now I already did a breakdown for Hawkeye's abilities and you can find that video on my channel as well. But now we need to talk about Joe Fixit. Now this is a month where I was very excited to hear both champions getting buffed because both of them can play an important role, and I think they were relatively good choices, especially in case of Joe Fixit as well, because of his synergies with Kingpin, with Hood, with Sorcerer Supreme. Uh, just really want this champion to be good. I really do. And now we're going to check whether he will be any good. Now, he has somewhat increased prestige. Still, they're not really the great prestige champions, neither one of the buffed ones. And his basic abilities: Disorient, Weakness, Petrify. So he already had Weakness previous to that. Now we do have Petrify and Disorient added here seemingly. Strength, bleed damage is special attacks, and versatility. Okay. Weakness is bleed immunity, power drain, and burn. Alrighty then. Is still poison immune, as all Hulks are in this game, with the exception of Red Hulk, who's technically not poison immune. Practically, he pretty much is, but technically not. And then let's take a look at Gambler's Draw. Joe Fixit can hold 4 cards at a time at max capacity. New cards replace old cards in the same order they were acquired. Cards are drawn even if the attack was blocked. Hearts and combo with light plus 7% light steal. So you will be able to heal with this Hulk, because if you can get up to 4 hearts, then you can get up to 28% life steal plus recovery. Could be quite significant heal if needed at times, but it's probably not going to be your go-to strategy. And combo with medium spades, you get 938 attack rating, which would equate to about 40% of his attack. So I basically get a 40% fury. That's what it is. Clubs, heavy hit, 25% combat power rate. So that's not too bad. It's quite useful. It's quite decent chunk in combat power rate increase. Diamonds, well-timed block, plus 25% block penetration. Now this is going to actually make Joe Fixit somewhat painful defender. I'm sure that he's not going to be the hardest defender to beat, but if we're going to be going up against the stacked Joe Fixit, level 1 in block is going to hurt like the mother effer. Because whenever you parry, you get this card of block penetration. First and foremost, offensively, it will mean that you don't want to parry because it's quite useless. When you're attacking, you don't care about your block penetration. However, when defending a quest node, cards are acquired based on the attacking champion's actions, which means every time we parry, we will give him 25% block penetration. So it's just one of those things that there is no way in hell I like it, because I'm not going to want to parry with Joe Fixit if I will want to get max damage output out of him. That block penetration is useless to get go, and it's just going to make him hit harder in my block. Just a little bit of nastiness sneaking in there. But let's move on. How well this system is going to work in practice, obviously, we need to actually play with Joe Fixit. Dead Man's Hand on special activation. If Joe's hand consists of one of the following combinations, inflict the respective debuff for 10 seconds plus 5 seconds per bar of power spent. Now notice this, unlike Hawkeye, doesn't say above 1 bar of power. So the bare minimum would be 15 seconds, then 20 and 25, because it doesn't say above 1 bar of power, if we can believe what's written here. So if you have one pair, which is it's actually not an absolute must, because you can have none of them matching, because you can have 4 different ones. Disorient, reducing defensive ability accuracy and block proficiency by 40%, so you get moderate disorient. Not the biggest fan of that ability, but recently we do see some nodes where, it's required to have access to Disorient. 3 of a kind, weakness, reducing attack rating by 30%. Again, nothing too special either. I think I'd actually typically prefer Disorient, to be honest. And Flush, petrify, reducing ability power rate and regeneration rate by 60%. Playing a hand removes all cards on the last hit of the special attacks. It means you clear your stack. So you do have access to petrify, that's 60% potent. Whether you will be able to heal reverse will obviously depend on how many different debuffs you're able to inflict on opponent. But let's move on. Special 1. Place your bets on hit 50% chance to inflict bleed debuff, dealing 821 direct damage over 10 seconds. +1 per dead man's hand debuff. So if you have more of these debuffs, multiples of them, you'll gain additional bleeds. Let's check out how his bleeds function right now. 844 over 4 seconds. And it's a much longer bleed. That's effectively about as potent. So fair enough, I guess. Special attack 2, shorten the odds. The final hit has 100% chance to inflict 2.75 second stun debuff and replay the last dead man's hand debuff that was played. So as a reminder, it's going to be either the disorient, weakness, or petrify that you will reapply with your level 2. And your level 3 is going to be inflict a random dead man hand's debuff. Again, disorient, weakness, or petrify. Until the opponent is no longer suffering any dead man hand debuffs, Gambler's Draw card effects have 30% increased potency. So Gambler's Draw card is these either life steals or attack rating increases and stuff like that. It's probably likely going to be that you just want to spam your level 1s, most likely. But we'll see how he actually plays. But let's check out his signature ability, Stack Deck. After using the cards to play Dead Man's Hand's debuff, instead of being removed, all slots are randomly assigned one matching suit. Additionally, suits gain a stackable bonus during special attacks. If you have a stack of hearts, you get increased 10% duration, so that will be 40% increased duration, and stack of hearts is the lifesteal. Spades, critical rating. Spades previously was attack rating increase, so attack and critical rating increase. That's what you want to go for damage if you can. Clubs, you gain power. That's matching that power gain before. And diamonds, armor penetration. And you can hit a jackpot, which will count as all suits. Hitting jackpot probably going to make him go like ultra crazy damage mode, gain power, have attack, critical rating, stuff like that. After Hours, unique synergy with Moon Knight. Gain up 30% ability accuracy and 600 critical damage rating based on the current moon phase. I was never a fan of following those moon phases, I'll be honest. With Hulk, Hulk, and Immortal Hulk. Sorry, Hulk Ragnarok. For each synergy champion on the team, gain attack rating and armor rating based on lost health. Okay. And there's nothing too special afterwards. So what do I think about Joe Fixit? Well, here's the thing. You can't really make him worse because he was useless. Right? So it's clearly going to be better. No matter what I say, no matter what I think, he's going to end up being better. It's extremely hard to judge him in his current state, though, because it depends really on how effective it will be to gain these, how quickly you can do it, and obviously how quickly you can access the bonus and stack them, and how all of those damage numbers are going to look together. When we look at him as a champion, having access to lifesteal, increase in combat power rate, increase in disorient, weakness, and petrify, access to bleed, those are very good things. Definitely very good things. My worry right now is how easy and controlled will be to access him. Because if I have a champion that I can keep accessing petrify and weakness reliably, stable supply of those debuffs, and I can count on those abilities to be there when I need them, that's one thing, and that's very good, and that's very useful, and those are the champions that you use. If you need access to poison debuffs, you don't use typically the champions that, have a chance for a poison or has poison on level 3, something like that. You use champions that will give you guaranteed poison. If you need slow, you use champions that can easily access that slow, not on somewhere level 3 or level 2. In this case, it will all depend how well his kit comes together and how it feels to play. Just by reading through it, I can't have a very clear picture on exactly how it is going to be to use him. What will be the better rotations? Do I want to start the fight with like 2-3 heavy attacks, to get high combat power rate, finish a combo with a medium, have 75% increased combat power rate and increased attack rating, activate special attack, get petrify because, I'd be getting special attacks quicker and things like that. So it's very tricky to actually gauge the champion's quality right here and right now. However, I think when we're talking about Joe Fixit, there is a bit of a relief. It's not a situation like necessarily with like Hawkeye or Hood or Guillotine or whoever. Joe Fixit in his current state absolutely sucks. There's just no way around it. It's just a very, very horrible champion. Even though on paper, when you read his abilities, they don't read that bad either. He has some healing, he has fury, increased critical rating, bleed, stun. There are things, poison immunity. There are things that he can do. It's just that the things are very weak and pathetic and borderline irrelevant. And he's an absolute trash can right now. I don't think this guy is going to be absolute trash can. How good he becomes, whether he becomes like a serious champion, that people actually rank and use, or he remains a novelty that people scoff at when you pull. That is yet to be determined. Reading all these abilities, I'm definitely intrigued enough to be kind of like still carrying the torch and saying that I definitely want to play test. It could be good. But I'm not also going to immediately jump up in the sky and scream that Joe Fixit's going to be absolutely insane. Because again, if you look at everything that he does, he still has access to bleed and stun and weakness. All of the things that he used to do, mind you. Still has access, he has access to healing, which he did before. Increased ability power rate is new and cool. And, petrify is new and cool. And disorient, not the greatest thing, but it's still something new. But what's important is how potent these things are going to be and how easy we will be able to get to them. Because again, Joe Fixit does most of the stuff that he's set to do here already. It's just very, very shit way. So, look forward to getting this buff live, doing some live testing with him, doing some testing off stream, making a video with him, and all remains to be seen. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Joe Fixit is going to be the Hulk that we truly deserve? Or he can take a height next to Bob the Builder? Either way, I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about